This is the grid that the Bombers call home.
You're throwing the tee in the ground. If your hand's not shaking, there's something wrong.
I'm in my element, it's evident that there's levels to the game. I'm in my element, flow is like water, I'm forced to a fire, I'm feeling like gold. Gotta stay grounded, stay down to earth, following God, and you grinding, you do as you told. I don't work to make you like me, but I'm front and center, word to Spike Lee. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element, yeah. I'm in my element.
And we are back live from West Bountiful, Utah. We're back in our element.
Oh, yeah. 440-yard rockets being hit today. Martin
Absolutely.
Borgmeyer, Kyle Berkshire, looking good. Borgmeyer, world number 1. Got off to a really nice start. Kyle taking that tournament off in Connecticut. He hits 4 sets where he gets wins, and he ended up taking off that last set, but really liked his left-to-right movement, and he looked healthy.
He did. He
Kyle
looked
was
really
great.
healthy, and he's also being very cautious as he took his last set off to
Yeah.
make sure that he stays prepared. But we had a great setup to start with earlier today. The best of the best did exactly what we thought, but some highlights. Matt Stubbs.
Stubbs, 8,412,000,000,000 miles flown in the last 4 days. He's been around the world 6 times.
And he
But
still advances.
he gets a win. You know, like I said, he flew from New York to Osaka, Japan, finishes in Osaka, goes for 48 hours to Australia. That flight's long as it is, and then he flies out to Salt Lake City, Utah. Needs a win in that last set, gets 500 points. We're going to have him in the booth here in a little bit. Justin James is featured here in slot number 1, JJ, coming off a win in Connecticut.
Yeah. Is this another is this another Sam Judah shirt?
It is, yeah. All the guys are wearing the same exact outfit.
I love this.
Martin Borgmeyer gave Victor Bourget, Sam Judah, and Bryce Verplank the same outfit.
I'm here for it.
Yep. Sam wearing an extra small shirt and extra small shorts, you know. Skin tight. You know what? I think that might actually help him
That
today.
actually helped. I told him he would have had more yards if he had the shorts just a bit shorter. But yeah, this group here is going to be really good. We've got Justin James, Colton Casto, who's been knocking on the door, has had a really good year. Brandon Flynn showed a lot of speed last event, and he's just been growing.
Josh Jackson in the lead right now at 403. Justin James 401. Campbell McMillan at 379. Victor Bourget without a number. Bourget, as I call him. He ended up getting in yesterday to the World Championships. He's literally knocking on the doorstep of getting to the World Championships probably 4 or 5 times this year. Finally gets in, so congratulations to Victor Bourget. He had to beat me in order to get in. Just kidding. I gave it to him. I didn't want the fame or the fortune and all that stuff. Just kidding. No, he was hit the ball great yesterday, and I said he punched his ticket to the World Championships in Atlanta here in October.
Excited for those. Excited for the TV rounds coming up. But Campbell McMillan, he is a professional cricket player. You know, we have a lot of different athletes out here. Well, don't write off the cricket player because he competed in 2022 World Championships, South African long driver, and Zimbabwe long drive champion.
Yeah, he's got a nice swing here. Looks like he's taking a peek at the head. We saw a couple of times those heads were just falling off. I like the one group were there's no way this guy's going to break a shaft, and the head literally just falls off 2 swings later.
Only in slot number 4, too.
Yeah, slot number 4 is just destroying drivers right now. But Justin James is at 429 in the lead. Campbell McMillan hit a ball. Like I said, that last ball was nice, too. 424 from Campbell McMillan. But Justin James with the longest drive of the tournament, 459 yards, testing out the back of the grid. JJ,
all right,
with a win in Connecticut, starts off his tournament with a 459-yard rocket.
They might have to open up, what is that, hole number 8?
They're going to have to move that mountain.
Yeah. Move hole number 8, clear it back there, so we have a little extra distance because 459, he can only go further.
Well, there was a couple balls that we heard, in between lunch breaks, that balls are rolling out down that right side almost at 460. So 459, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Marty Borgie ended up going 446 in his set, and then there was 4 or 5 guys that were 444 and 445 in Kyle's set, and now JJ goes 459 and picking up where he left off. Stud. We talked about it in the pregame where I changed really quickly.
You ran
with
ran
me
that.
me and Tyson. But, you know, JJ, Martin, and Kyle, world number ones, world champions. These guys are always the favorites to win every tournament that they enter.
They are. So far, of the rounds that we've had today, some people to look at. Jack Smith, I don't think we can say that enough.
Awesome.
He looked really good. The more balls he gets in play, the more he'll continue to advance on and on and on.
Yeah, if we're nitpicking about Jack Smith, he just wasn't very accurate today, but when he did hit balls in play, he hit them a long way. And he ended up having, you know, a nice set. He had a couple of them where he had 3 or 4 balls in play, but yeah, struggled just a little bit to get balls in. But when he did, boom, you know. So
there we go, another head, all the way off from Trevor Scott. He's picking up his next ball.
Another gentleman
Something going on here in Utah.
He qualified for the World Championships yesterday.
He did. He had the longest ball of the day for the World Championships.
Again.
Bobby being so kind, letting all the guys win. We've got Jacob Galladay on the screen right now.
Like this grid for Jacob Galladay.
Love it for him.
Oh, 210 ball. I like the start to Jacob right now, and he's riding that win. So if this one stays in play, I really like this grid for Jacob because he's the type of guy, if you're like, hey, I need you to aim it at that barn down that left side, he could pick that spot out and hit it. So
without it
Galladay, 405, number on the board, Seb Twiddell in slot number 1, who won in Mesquite Volume 2, the rookie, the 22-year-old rookie. So the 2 top rookies in World Long Drive right now are Seb Twiddell and Jack Smith.
Yep. Jacob Galladay getting the orange memo as he's oranged out. I don't know what rhymes with orange.
I don't either. I think it's the only word in the English dictionary that you can't rhyme.
Well, I'll find something. Anthony Moreno with the unicorn pants.
Yeah, those are pretty sick.
And those are awesome. The belt to go with it, looking really good. So Trevor Scott broke his club, but so he's trying to figure out kind of what his game plan is now. But he put a score on the board at 394.
Yeah, no, it's tough when you break your gamer, as we call him. You know,
it is. That's your most trusted club in the bag.
Yeah, and when you finally get a shaft setup and a driver setup that you like, I mean, and it breaks, you're like, you know, even though they look the same, the profiles could be off by a half degree, and you know, it changes up everything. I mean, every shaft, even though they look similar, they might have the same type of gram weight. You know, it could just, the flex could be off, or like the bend point or something could be off by just a little bit. You know, so.
Seb Twiddell.
Looks like
I don't think that ball stayed in, but that was a good hit.
Trevor Scott's taking a peek at his clubs too.
Yeah, he was the one that just broke his club.
Yeah. And I said he got into the World Championships yesterday. Hit a lot of good balls too. And what I was impressed with was just, you know, his accuracy. He was putting a lot of balls in play yesterday, which you know, in these double elimination formats, which we don't have in this, is important. We have single elimination formats in the round of 16, but Trevor Scott putting balls in play. Jacob Galladay takes the lead at 419.
I started off in 2019, I believe it was, when I started with a long drive driver. I couldn't time it. So I lost a little bit of accuracy. And then when I was ever on the simulator, I was looking at ball speeds, and I hit playing driver, I hit long drive driver, and I was actually quicker ball speed with the play driver. Because I was just timing it a lot better. So from there, I just was like, well, I'm just going to use a play driver. I have a Cobra LTD, and I have a Ventus Black shaft in that, and it's been working so far.
All right. George, back at it again with the braids. A little bit different style here. Put it in a ponytail. I'm so here for the 90s R&B look. I mean, at any moment, I'm ready for him to bust out and a really great love song.
Posted him yesterday as a dog, you know, putting the ball in his mouth and putting it on the tee. So man's best friend. I had a hard time with the caption yesterday because I didn't want to text him at like 10 o'clock at night to ask if his dog's a boy or girl. So I just put good boy. So, you know, if it's a girl, I will make that change. I'll make that edit.
You can edit now on Instagram, so there you go.
I mean, I could have called it Lassie, but I don't know if, you know, who knows.
But
you know, that's something that Elon needed to have in this that he doesn't have. What is the name of George Hegarty's dog? But we talked about, you know, George was talking about his shaft setup. I think today he's actually going to go to well, now that I say that, I retract my statement before even saying it. He's going with the Ventus Black 45-inch driver. So.
And that's what he's comfortable with. I know he has another club up there where he can put a couple of balls in play and then kind of switch it up after that.
204. He's got a nice swing, too.
He does.
Spun this one just a little bit.
Very much so golf. Golf swing with him. Brandon Flynn, as we talked about earlier, he's increased in speed a lot as well over the season.
Yeah, you can see he's using, that looks like a House of Forged right there, set up. Mr. Flynn in slot number 1. Wearing the same outfit as Victor Bourget.
As the team. The team
guess
came in orange.
Is Josh Koch going to be wearing the orange and black? I mean, he's got to be. I would think so. You got Matty Bombs here in slot number 4. He's in the lead right now at 395. George Hegarty says, okay, you're in the lead, but now you're not. So 437, Hegarty with a bomb.
All the way from Australia.
Yep, and then you know what? Yesterday, the high ball was going a long way. I mean, we are elevated here.
It was.
He spun it at like 3,000, too. He really did. He hit a high ball at 205 and went 437. So Hegarty in slot number 2 being featured here with a big number to start. But JJ, 459 yards, longest drive of the day.
Brandon Flynn going to switch his club up, try and get a little bit extra distance. He's had a heck of a year. He's only missed the round of 16 one time, which was in Memphis.
It was hot in Memphis. Yeah, it really was. Those were tough conditions. That humidity really got to a lot of the guys. Liking this profile shot from Matty Bombs here in slot number 4. He's another Aussie guy hanging out in the States. Seb Twiddell and Matt,
And I
feel like they're in and around the same. Let's go. You know what? Elon gives us all these statistics. It's like we know he's from Australia, but what island or what part of what state, what province,
what city,
what city,
what town?
I'm just gonna say Brisbane. I could be wrong, but I could be right. Yeah.
You know what it says
Brandon
here?
Flynn. What?
Australia.
He is from Australia. We got that right. Hold on. I know where he's from.
Brandon Flynn made that switch with the club. Huge difference there. 438.
Yep.
Hegarty at 437. We're still waiting for those final numbers because they're so close. You were right.
Brisbane?
Brisbane.
I knew it. I did my homework. I mean, I feel like I had like a 1 in 4 shot. Or no, 1 in 5.
1 in 5.
Perth, Adelaide, Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane.
Yeah, Adelaide.
Yeah.
You didn't say anything on the Gold Coast, though.
Yeah. I mean, that's like the region. We learn something new every day, here. Long drive. But Matty Bombs, 395. Brandon Flynn takes the lead at 438. He ended up going to that TPT shop in that last set and ended up going 438. So we're seeing some big drives, which you like to see. We are in West Bountiful, Utah. Slightly, we're elevated here.
That we
Ball
are.
goes a long way. It's dry as well. We got Maurice Allen, 2018 world champ in slot number 2. Got the cameras on him right now. We got Colton Casto, who ended up winning in Memphis in slot number 1. Patrick Raber, he got into the world championships yesterday. He was one of the guys, 2 guys ended up having, you had to win 5 straight sets to be the top 2 guys. Patrick Raber was one of those top 2 guys to get in.
Easy to take that and be able to breathe.
Yep, absolutely. Colton Casto looks like he has a nice ball here. 218 right down the left side of the grid. Ball number 2 from Casto ball number 1 looked good. That's his second ball.
Ooh.
This grid sets up great for Casto. He came in second last year to Reed Russell.
Yep. Dawson's first event of the year. Competed 3 times last year. Did you ever watch Dawson's Creek?
I did not.
Ah.
I didn't. Was that on the CW?
Yeah, I think so. Watch One Tree Hill?
I didn't watch that either.
Oh, man.
No, I was more like an MTV guy.
You can't do both?
I mean, I guess I could have, but, I did watch MTV, I think, back in the day. But Dawson's Creek, no. I did watch Varsity Blues, though.
Okay,
It was a good movie.
That's a really good one.
Yeah. Colton Casto. In the off-season, is a commercial fisherman in Alaska.
He is.
He is. You ever shook his hand before?
I have.
He would be gentle with you, but he would like
No,
literally crush your
it
hand.
was really firm.
He was trying to crush your hand.
I was like, oh, wow.
He's a gentleman.
He is. He is that. You know, speaking about fishing, have you seen Avery's been out in the Bahamas fishing?
Well, I mean, for us where we live, I mean, you're in the Bahamas and on a flight, 32 minutes.
Right.
From Fort Lauderdale to like Nassau, and then if you just go to Bimini, I mean, it's even closer. So I mean, even like I think a boat ride to Bimini is not even a couple hours. But yeah, it's a good thing about being being out in South Florida.
Catching some distance, Maurice Allen, 377 in the lead right now.
Maurice showed me some of his numbers a couple days ago too. He ended up going 218. And it's there. I mean, if you look at like his club speed, like there's a couple times he's been in and around like closer to 150.
Yeah.
Center punch shot at 150 is 225. So he showed 218. You know, Maurice, he never makes an excuse, but he broke his hand. Like he practically like crushed his hand and broke it. And he made one appearance last year, made a top 3. He made a semifinal. And he's been the cardiac kid there at the making these playoff rounds and getting in.
He has. Colton's last ball looks
good.
Really good.
Maurice Allen was in the lead. Let's see if Castro's last ball gets in. But if not, Maurice is still going to take second place. But Castro with a number on the board at 418.
Good start for the boys there.
I just like seeing Maurice out, competing.
Same.
Yeah.
What? Just a great personality.
He's a good competitor. He's just tough. And he's going to get faster as the season goes on.
Don't miss the World Long Drive on Golf Channel August 28th at 8 p.m.
The world's longest drivers will go head-to-head until a champion is crowned.
Kingsport, Tennessee is home to the first major tour event of the year.
Want to see us live? Tickets are available now. We'll see you in Tennessee.
Bobby Ray right there makes me literally want to get up and start walking to Tennessee right now.
How bad do you want to hit in Tennessee?
Really bad. Now, really bad.
I think you should. Do it.
Maybe, if there's a spot open.
I think you should. I mean, you've won on that grid.
I know. Now I would like to defend it, but I haven't swung in a minute. I think I still got it.
Well,
though.
I could say that, but it's like riding a bike. Come on. Like you hit in the center of the club face and putting balls in play. That's going to be easy for you.
It's still there. Josh Jackson, Cincinnati, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
He's been pretty consistent in events, coming out to events, making sure he gets a lot of experience, and always super, super close.
Yeah, he qualified for his first World Championships not too long ago. I believe he got in Memphis. So he'll be making his first World Long Drive Championship appearance in October in Atlanta.
Rocking the man bun.
Absolutely. So George Hegarty, first ball swinging there, ended up going 437 yards in his first set. And how about that? Going 437 and taking second. Brandon Flynn got him by a yard. Brandon Flynn, yeah, that was, he said he's one of the 4 gentlemen so far that are wearing the same outfit.
Maybe there's something to it. Now you're going to see everybody in the same outfit.
Well, they already talked about that they're going to be wearing the same outfits tomorrow, so they feel confident that all these guys are going to be making it to the round of 32. Yeah. So.
Make sure to get group photos.
Absolutely.
Where's your shirt?
I got my shirt on. I got this.
Underneath it?
I don't. This one is very breathable. It's it's a large that looks like a quadruple XL. It's perfect. It's keeping me. It's keeping the sun off.
Keeping you warm. I mean,
it is
cool.
Seb Twiddell fighting down. The big left to right. And they say not too big. High school education math, 27 yards of movement left to right. Let's see if this one stayed in play. Carried at 398, based off of Flight Scope technology, where they have just been nailing it.
Absolutely. It's really cool to watch them set it up. Josh Jackson likes that one.
Yeah, but look at the left to right. Too much movement.
It is a lot of movement there. But the guys come out here, they hit on the grid, set it up, making sure everything is the best that it could possibly be. So you guys at home can be able to follow along.
We haven't seen any numbers for Hegarty, but Hegarty's hitting bombs.
He is.
He really is. He's got like 3 or 4 in play right now, and I can guarantee you they're farther than 407.
And you can look at that swing. He's in a rhythm.
Yeah.
Seb Twiddell, 413.
All right, drum roll. Is Hegarty farther than 413?
I think so.
I believe so as well.
Watching those last couple of
421.
swings.
I'm just going to guess. Over, under.
421, over.
Okay. Drum roll. And sometimes, like I said, it's very hot out right now. There's not a cloud in the sky. There is a possibility that these iPads could overheat, or the tablets.
That is very true.
That does happen from time to time. I mean, there is not a cloud in the sky. Maybe a little bit over. Are those the Himalayan mountains?
Straight beams.
What mountains
right
are
now.
those?
Those are the Rockies.
Are they really? Okay,
Yeah.
It's not the Himalayas. It's not Mount Everest right there that we're looking at. Which is cool though, but like you said, you got sightlines. So you got a V. You got the barn here, but you got a V. What does the V stand for?
Victory.
Victory, Utah.
Or Victor.
Okay.
Bourget.
Victor Bourget. You're on it right now.
That's what he's swinging
There's
for.
the V. Look at it. That's what we're taking a look at. When we talk about
Victory.
sightlines, they like pick a spot and hit it. That's what we're trying to hit right there. If you hit the V, that's about 4.7 miles.
If anyone can
It's
do
farther
it.
than that, though. It's
Looks
definitely
like it's
farther
Justin
than that.
James.
Someone pull out the rangefinder. How far is the
I
V
got
from
you.
here?
Give me 2 seconds.
That's got to be, what, 10 miles, you think? More?
Over, under.
Yeah, I think so.
Still waiting for George's number. George's numbers here.
Yeah, we still don't know what George. Once again, like I said, the iPad may have overheated. May have. Just speculating. What was Anchorman? There's like we're speculating on who's in the high-speed car chase. Like, you know. But like, so we still got I say 421.
421?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still say over.
Yeah, he hit like three balls.
He hit one on that really hot side on the left.
Yep.
I think the only thing is the height might have kept it down a little bit, but
his first
hasn't
ball
made
hit.
a big difference.
First ball hit was pretty high, you know. But I mean, like, yeah, say 437 on that first one. I mean, I wasn't expecting 437, but it said it. It said it. But yeah, yesterday 360, 365, landing it down that left side. It rolled out. I mean, all of us were in and around like 390 to like 410 yesterday.
What was your longest ball today?
4.0s. I think it's 409, but I said 407. I think it was 407. 409? Who knows? Either way, these guys are way faster and they're way more talented.
We were
397. We had no chance.
No chance. Not even close. What is it?
Good
Sometimes
set for Seb Twiddell.
A dog catches a bone.
Yeah. Well, Seb Twiddell takes down that set. He has 300 points after 2 sets, which will put Hegarty at 200 points.
Good spot to be in.
Starting to warm up a little bit.
It is getting quite toasty.
But yeah, JJ with a 459-yard bomb to start off this tournament.
All right.
Taking a peek at Jesus. Jacob Galladay, slot number 1. That swing is dialed.
Dialed. I wonder if he's hot with that long sleeve on.
Who knows? He's fine though, but like I said, not much.
Such a cool guy.
Not much movement on that golf ball from him. And you can see Josh Koch in the background right now. He's got his hitbombs.com shirt on, but
and
like
he's got that tool he's always using. What is that called?
WEC method.
WEC method.
Yeah. Look at Koch.
Justin James uses that as well.
I guarantee you, when he steps up to the tee box, he's gonna have more gray hair in his head now, or in like an hour.
In an hour.
He's just getting grayer and grayer every time we see him. So he's young but old. Slow but fast. Short but long.
Is the amount of gray hairs, does that allow him to be in the senior division?
It should. I mean, he's got more gray hair than anybody. He's
got
got more gray hair than anybody in the entire sport combined.
All right, Jacob Galladay, 426.
Yep. I love this grid for Galladay, and look at that, just aiming it down that left side, because really, truly, that's where these guys are trying to aim, I would say.
Yeah.
That ball flight from Jacob was perfect. 418,
Boom.
so he's throwing a bunch of strikes right now into that grid.
Ooh, I like that one by Brandon Flynn.
Campbell McMillan with a 424.
211. He likes that one too because he's going to that other club. That other club produced the
438. Yeah, Flynn Flynn going to
Yeah,
a
that was a
softer
really
setup.
good one.
It's just you got to be ultra patient with that lighter setup. I mean, it's 40 grams, so it feels kind of like a feather in your hands.
Yeah, it's really easy to keep that club face open with those shafts and that setup. Look at that, 424 to 424.
Campbell McMillan and Brandon Flynn are tied at 424. Galladay in the lead by 3 yards, 427. Patrick Raber at 389.
Oh, I like that one by Galladay.
Look at how straight that ball is. Look at that, 151.8, 212 from Galladay. Oof, he's picked up some speed here. Galladay looking
Look,
good.
the walk-off, too.
Jesus looking good.
410 carry. We'll see what the number comes out to be after this.
That is going to be close.
Oh, what a final.
Oh, my goodness.
Here we go, the drum roll. I'm going to go introduce the winner. Colton
76.
Casto takes it down at 380.
Ladies and gentlemen, with a drive of 380 yards, Colton Casto, your WLB Memphis champion.
Oh, it was great. I couldn't even describe it, man. It was incredible. I mean, I won a little over a year and a half ago in Oklahoma, and I beat Justin in the finals there too, but didn't really compare to this one. It's World Long Drive. That was something looked like a smaller event, and this is just icing on the cake, I guess.
Yeah, I was really happy to see Colton win. You know, it's amazing to see his transformation over the last 6 years. He went from not even qualifying to the World Championship to being an elite hitter in the sport. So kudos to Colton. He's worked his butt off, and kudos to Bobby as well for kind of guiding him along the way.
We've had so many different winners this year. Justin James being the only one to win two back-to-back, and it's anyone. Can he go for a third? Can Martin go for a second? Kyle? I mean, it's been fun seeing different faces hold up that trophy every single event.
Yeah, Colton is streaky. He gets hot, you know, and late. He's dangerous, and we always talk about his misses. When he's missing dead right, like just say blocks right, that's when you know he's on. You know, he's not that, like, his big miss is going to be those big sweeping right to left hooks.
I wonder if he does that with his fishing rods.
I wonder what the flex in his fishing rods are. I mean, he's
probably got to snap them every single time he casts it.
Victor Bourget. Oh, be right. Do you like Victor Bourget or Victor Bourget?
I like Victor Bourget.
Yeah, I do too. I don't think I'm going to call him Victor Bourget anymore. Just kidding. I'm going to call him that. We're all sharing a house. There's like 8 of us in there. You know, like I said, we got the bunk beds.
Honestly, that's where the cameras need to be.
It's hilarious. We had a debate last night about, you know, like pizza chains.
Oh,
so we had Domino's, Pizza Hut, Papa John's.
What's the best in your opinion?
I don't know.
Domino's.
I don't know. I yeah. But no, we just whatever Bobby Ray says, we just disagree with him, just to disagree with him, so he can go on a tangent.
Aww.
Colton Casto in the lead, 413. A man who has traveled. He actually, in between sets, Matt Stubbs ended up winning the set, gets 500 points. He just flew to Los Angeles, and now he just flew back within the last hour and a half.
He had to pick up another club, and
he's trying to get the executive platinum status in 4 days. So right now,
he's still on the basic
Matt
status.
Stubbs is in the house.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor to be here with you guys.
Thanks for being in the booth with us.
Appreciate it.
Matt, you've had a crazy year of travel and long drive. Can you tell the people at home, like, give them an insight of this year?
Yeah, so this year I recently competed in Japan, and that was my 4th continent competing in this year. So I've done Australia, North America, had an event in Germany, and most recently one in Japan.
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah, the travel most recently has been insane. The Monday after Connecticut, jumped on a plane in Boston and flew to Osaka and spent the week there competing in the Japan Open, which was an absolutely phenomenal experience. Highly recommend it for anyone that gets the privilege to get an invite there. And then straight back here for this event. So.
And you stopped.
Yeah, so
you had a pit stop back home.
Yeah, so briefly went home for 2 nights. For whatever reason, it worked out to be cheaper to go home for 2 nights and then fly to America. So that was a bit overwhelming for my parents because they thought they weren't going to see me till November.
Wow.
So there's a video on social media of of my mum crying and my dad letting some loose words out, being very surprised to see me. So it was great to go home.
That's so sweet. How many miles do you think you've flown?
I couldn't tell you. I've done 3 return trips from Australia to America alone. 1 from America to Europe, and 1 from America to Japan, plus all the domestic flights, which has been a lot more than just the events. I've been traveling everywhere, trying to collab and film with everyone, trying to grow the sport as much as I can, and just doing my part to help the sport grow.
I love that. You have been producing a lot of content with a lot of different people everywhere. I'll see you in Los Angeles and then in Miami. Obviously, you're going to do some fun things in Atlanta. But can you tell us about that last set that you had? You had to win that in order to advance.
I did.
What was going through your mind?
I didn't actually check the leaderboard. Something I did mentally in Japan, which I felt's been my best event so far, was, I was kind of forced into it. It was all Japanese. There was a big language barrier. I didn't know how far I was hitting each ball. I didn't know if I was leading. I didn't know if I was progressing through the next round. I just had to wait till one of the boys ran over and gave me a high five or something and said, "You're through." So I think mentally just focusing on each shot and trying to hit each shot my best. I tried to do it that round, but I kind of had a feeling that I had to win that event to go through. And I've done that a number of times so far this year. A little bit sick of having to do that, but when it comes to having to do it, I'm getting a bit comfortable with it now.
Yeah. The more you put yourself in positions, whether that's to advance into the 16, whatever it may be, the more you continue to advance.
Correct. Yeah, the experience is invaluable. That's what I've tried to get the most out of this year, is competing in as many events as I could. That's why I'm spending the year in America, competing against guys that have been doing this for many years, and you can just see the experience they have when it comes to grid time. So it's just trying to catch up to them in terms of experience.
Without a doubt. You travel a lot with Seb Twiddell. What does that friendship and relationship look like?
Yeah, so we've been best mates ever since he moved up to the Gold Coast to train full time, and we're very grateful that we have each other on this journey and doing all this travel, being away from home for as long as we have. It gets incredibly lonely, even with having your best mate there. So I couldn't imagine what it would have been like without him. So no, I really appreciate having Seb with me through this journey. It definitely makes it a lot easier, and basically having a teammate with you at all times.
Talking about Aussies, Matt just putting up a big number there.
Yep, Matty Nichols, proud of him. Another Aussie boy who's made it over here. This is his second event this year. I know he's going to be coming back for Worlds, so it's great to see more Aussies over here. There's a lot of talent down under. There's a lot of speed down under, but it's just really expensive for the boys to get over here. So, Seb and I are trying to bridge the gap as much as we can and make it more feasible for Aussie boys to come over and compete, because we could be having six boys in each one of these events that are highly competitive, as well as a couple from New Zealand. So it's good to see Matty showing up.
Look at that, Maurice Allen tipping the cap on his final ball.
It's gonna be a close one
ball. I like the height. It looks like you said it carried pretty well. That should, worst case scenario, take second place there. JJ at 4:31. Maurice looks like his last ball went to play at 4:13.
4:13, taking the second place, moving forward.
Justin James with 2 straight wins. So you got Galladay and Casto with 2 wins as well to start off the set.
We were talking earlier about walkout songs. What's your walkout song?
I'd have to play up the Aussie stereotype. I'd have to choose something really
Silverchair?
really Aussie. Play some Midnight Oil.
Okay.
As Aussie as I can get. Got to play that marketing tool up as much as I can.
Well, you're 30 years old. How old do you feel right now? Like right now, how old do you feel?
If you ask me a day or two after a long flight, I'd say I feel 45. If I can do some recovery and get the body back to normal, I feel about 25. So
yeah,
it's crazy.
It varies. Getting the travel out of the body has been the hardest thing to manage.
How much rest are you getting at night? How many hours?
I'm trying to push as much as I can. I try to fight the jet lag and get ahead of the time clock, 24 to 48 hours before I'm in the next time zone to benefit me. But I'm trying to push 8+ hours and have naps during the day. If I'm not doing so, I'm just trying to do nothing.
Yeah.
Just get the body back to square one.
That's hard to do when you do a lot.
It is.
To do nothing.
Yeah, and it's been the biggest battle this year. Really took for granted in the off season being able to drive to my coach, drive to the gym, and then go straight into an hour, 2 hours recovery every day. Go home to a kitchen where I can cook a perfect meal and then rest.
Cook
and
a perfect meal?
Yeah,
what's your perfect meal? What are you cooking?
My favourite to cook for myself is an eye fillet with some roasted veggies. But I make a good spaghetti bolognese too to get the carbs up. So having those luxuries is a big difference that still trying to overcome this far into the season.
You might have to cook for all of us, but Maurice
talking it, yeah.
Talking that talk over here.
I love it. So this one deserves a 3x slow-mo as well. We got some good videos today over here in the booth.
I'll tell you what, the Japanese fans at the last event, Maurice was an athlete they asked a lot about. They were very excited, and you can see why. Always putting on a show.
Definitely can. Oh, I love the personalities out here.
I got that one.
You guys, I mean, Seb's very, stoic.
He is.
And you bring energy when we know when you're hitting a good shot.
Yeah.
You're going to bring the energy.
That's something I played up a lot in Japan. The crowd was absolutely electric over there. They really got into the event, so you felt comfortable getting behind your shots and putting on a show.
And that is what Maurice is doing right now.
Absolutely.
Putting on a show. All these fits out here on this one.
Flynn hit a good ball right here. I like the profile of this shot. I really do. It's just a matter if he gets some rollout or not. Don't have a number for Flynn on ball number 2 or ball number 3 or even ball number 4.
There we go, ball number 3. Do you at events go and take a look at the grid? Do you go walk the grid?
Try to, but generally we'll come out the day before and watch the amateurs and watch the regional, and you can get a decent guide of what you're going to be able to. But yeah, the biggest determinant of these balls recently has been the direction of the wind.
Okay.
I mean, before this event, I hadn't hit a downwind event set in about 5 events, which was incredibly annoying. So it's nice to finally get a downwind, and I can start using a high ball flight again.
Without a doubt, Brandon Flynn recoiling that one. It looks good.
There we go.
There you go, 212.9 from Flynn. He looks good.
He does.
He does.
We've been talking about players like Brandon, yourself, who've increased in speed during the season. How do you increase speed in the midst of a season? Because most sports, right, you prepare and then you're ready for the season.
Yeah. That was a fast swing there, Maurice. Almost topping out at 148.
Give him what he wants.
So they said the carry distance. We kind of look at the carry distance here.
406. It gave him a little bit more.
Well, I said Maurice is having some fun now. I like him when he's like this.
It's what the sport needs. We need big characters like that. Get the crowds going, get the crowds pumped up. So it'll be the big TV events where someone like Maurice will come into his element and get the crowd pumped up. And I mean, that's when Maurice performs. When he gets the crowd behind him, he can start putting on a show.
Yeah, and that's like I said, I'm excited for the TV rounds. It's time, I mean, seeing Martin Borgmeyer and Kyle, these guys, like when the lights shine the brightest, that's when they're at their best too. So we're gonna put on a heck of a show here in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Kind of like you experience over in Japan when you have that crowd interacting with you. It just continues to fuel, right?
Yeah.
That energy, what you're giving them, they're giving you.
100%.
It's a lot of fun.
It's what we thrive on as athletes. And I mean, I haven't been overly vocal in America, but as soon as I went to Japan, it just felt right. Like I was getting bigger crowds than the Japanese athletes, which was quite overwhelming at the start, and then really embraced it and started putting on a show and playing up to every ball. And yeah, kind of showed my personality off a bit more and just enjoyed it a lot more. It was definitely the most fun I've had competing in any event so far.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to be looking for all that energy out there tomorrow.
Yeah, well, tomorrow on finals day, that's when it'll start coming out. That's when it really matters. So we'll start putting on a show.
It's kind of like, do you scream and yell when you birdie the first hole?
Yeah, exactly right.
Is that your motto?
We do need to contain a bit of energy on day 1 leading into day 2 with the round of 32 and then finals. So there's a lot more hitting on day 2, so you can serve a little bit of energy and then ramp it up as you get later in the day.
Yeah. Well, We're going to go let you conserve some energy. Thank you so much for being with us in the booth.
Thank you for having me.
I know you've been everywhere, and now you've been in the long drive booth.
I have.
He's got a 3:30 flight to New York, so he's got to hurry up.
Yeah, he's got to
catch
that
flight.
flight real quick.
The good thing is you
go do
just
some
got
promo tonight and come back in the morning.
Yeah, we'll see you in the morning.
Yeah.
All right.
Catch
Yeah,
him on
you're
Good
taking
Morning
the red eye.
America.
You're taking the red eye. Okay.
Yeah. Just got to do what I got to do.
All right, there you have it. Matt Stubbs, thanks for joining
Sweet.
us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Colton Casta, 430.
Out the gate.
Casta with 2 wins. He gets another win. He'll have 600 points. He'll be in, but really impressed with Jacob Galladay first 2 sets. Really impressed with him.
He's been very consistent. It was great having Matt in the booth. As he kind of shared, we got to experience Maurice's full personality on display and how he experienced that earlier last week in Japan. Trevor Scott, 420.
Yeah, Trevor's got a lot of swings the last couple days. I mean, he had to go, I think he had to win like 4 sets in a row, 4 or 5 sets in a row to get into the Worlds yesterday. So
And he did it.
He did. He got it done. He punched his ticket. There's nothing like that. It's just a cool feeling. You know, I mean, some of these guys are pros, top 25, top 30 in the world. They get their exemptions, but there's just something about, I was just saying, I punched my ticket to the World Championships. It's an accomplishment in itself. It's a win.
Yeah,
you know,
you earned it.
there's no value you can put on it, just to say, like, you've been to the World Championships and competed against the longest hitters of the golf ball on the planet.
Without a doubt. And he's hitting with not his gamer, because his gamer broke earlier. And I think that was the first set.
Yep. Taking a peek at George Hegarty right now.
Ooh.
Hegarty had a good start to the tournament.
All right, he's got a 404 on the board.
But said got a good start to the tournament, goes 437 and loses to Brandon Flynn by a yard.
Insane. That's the name of the game, long drive.
So we haven't even looked at YouTube yet. Like I said, I'm going back and forth with the GOAT, Mr. Zubak. So hello to the GOAT.
I have some interesting
No, I just, for me, like,
us?
I've been doing this for 17 years, but, like, to ask him questions, his answers are on just a completely different level, and it gives so much insight to, what people are looking for. Because, like, we'll talk about my swing coach, Rick Silva. Rick's one of my best friends, but Rick is he'll say alpha, beta, gamma, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and people, like, geek out on that, and they love that type of technicality in their swing. But for me, like, I'm just like a meathead baseball player. Like, tell me what I'm supposed to feel, or like give me like certain things, And for me, like I'd rather it be simplistic, but some guys want to have as much detail as they possibly can, and that's the beauty of speaking to someone like Jason Zubak. He has so much wealth and knowledge in the sport. And yesterday, I think it was a really good debate. It was a debate on Golf Digest. It showed that Russell Henley was the most accurate PGA Tour player on the planet at 72%, and he would be like top 80 or something like that on the LPGA Tour. And I said, you can explain it, but the way Jason explained it, whatever, was like he gave a really thorough breakdown of why LPGA athletes are more accurate than guys in the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
I mean, you're coming down to pure angles, and it's the same thing in long drive.
Yep.
Why were there more balls in play in Connecticut? Well, the guys were hitting at 360. They're hitting into a headwind. If you're hitting at 460, it's going to be a lot harder to keep the ball in play. But
without a doubt, and it comes to that argument, right? I think one thing I've noticed within the game of golf is they're getting rid of concentrating so much of hitting the ball in the fairway, because if you're 100 yards with a wedge, that's a big difference in hitting in the fairway with a 5-iron.
Yeah.
And I think the average drive for the lady on tour is somewhere around 240, 250.
Yeah.
And so that makes sense why a majority is going to be accurate and in the fairway.
Yep. But it's just amazing how good, like all tour professionals, whether it's LPGA or PGA or LIV, or it doesn't matter, from 200 yards and in, just assassins. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Jacob Galladay, as you said earlier, look at that.
Yeah. No, this
straight as an arrow, 429 out the gate.
It was even a miss hit for him on that last ball, but I'm looking at like club speeds, 147.
He knows it's a miss swing, given the shrug of the shoulders.
Here, this is a swing that, like I said, I'll go in 3x slow-mo as well. Galladay's got an awesome swing. It's just a beautiful, beautiful golf swing. another ball player, Jesus, Hattie, taking a peek in. He's got 3 balls in play right now.
That is the Galladay way.
Yep.
Is always keeping it in play. Justin James on the board at 415, but that last ball that he had was a nugget. 424 carry. That's in that rollout zone. That's going to be a good number.
We'll get another one from Galladay here. You know, I got you. He's telling me to get another video. I got you, buddy. I got you. I mean, but like, I think my favorite one of the year was Monica Livings.
Yeah.
I mean, that was her. I got one video of her, and it was the best one. Goes 345 yards.
There it is.
We'll get another one from Galladay later. He's going to make it into the round of 32.
Without a doubt. He's finishing this one up at 429, and that was his first ball. The rest of them all over 400. Still waiting for numbers from Justin James.
You said you liked JJ's 4th ball.
I did.
He's holding the finish on this one, too.
He likes this one a lot.
221.1 from JJ. He's just putting up monster numbers right now.
Yeah, that 4th and 6th ball. It's way down there.
He's going to be there late. JJ, one of the favorites to win it. We talked about gambling. We'll talk about it here in a little bit.
Introducing the new Bridgestone E9 Long Drive. Co-designed by world long drive athletes to push the limits of distance. Thanks to extreme ball speed and superior aerodynamic flight. Engineered for you to hit your longest drive. Drive the new E9 Long Drive. Extreme distance for your game.
Ball of champions that Justin James just hit 448 with this here Bridgestone. It was just orange.
Ball's flying. We talked about gambling. It's going to be interesting to see how they set the lines in Tennessee. And it's going to be your top 3 favorites are going to be, JJ, Martin, and Kyle.
For sure.
It's going to be fun. It really is. You just say they're 4-1 to win the tournaments, which there's no way they're going to lay odds to let those guys be 4-1, because essentially you could take those 3 guys, bet a ton of money, and if one of them wins, you'll make some money. But it's I'm really interested to see how they're going to structure this. Balls in play, ball speed average, ball speed, top ball speed. But JJ's on fire right now.
He absolutely is. He's in the zone, and he's been in the zone since the start of the season.
Yep. Yeah, he's made every final 16 or top 8. I don't even think maybe he got knocked out in top 16 once. But you know what? Let's go to it. I'm going to take a peek at the notes. The best is I always know when we're on TV, and I always make it look like I'm looking at the notes. But
yeah,
do I throw myself under the bus?
No.
No, I read these notes. Like I said, I spend hours upon hours reading this. So
it's just a lot. It's a lot of information to memorize. But
it says Justin James burst onto the scene in 2017, and we captured, at the time, Volvic World Long Drive Championship with a winning shot of 435. Do you know who he went up against in the finals?
I don't.
I don't either. I'm just kidding. I do know. We're gonna do a poll. I'm gonna give you Is he from the United States or Canada?
Ooh, Canada.
You're right. Does he drink Tim Hortons or Starbucks?
Plot twist, Starbucks.
Okay. No, he doesn't. He drinks Tim Hortons. Where's Jay-Z right again? No.
No?
No. No. We'll get back to you in a minute. Let's go to the action here. Victor Bourget, 388. Yes, he's wearing the same outfit as Brandon Flynn. Yes, he's wearing the same outfit
as Sam Judah.
Yep. And Bryce Verplank.
And possibly Josh Koch.
Yeah.
What's the over under on Josh Koch wearing the same outfit?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if he's a Lindbergh guy. I have no idea.
Oh.
But I mean, it is the hitbombs.com boys.
It is.
They might have got a deal with Jay Lindbergh. You never know. No. They did. Is he going to be in the orange?
It's a hit.
All right, Koch is wearing
boys.
the same outfit. Oh, you know what? Greg Null's wearing the same outfit, but he's wearing a blue hat. What's going on here?
He messed up.
There's division in the team. We got one guy with a blue hat, and everybody else has the white hat.
Too funny. I'm loving this.
Maybe if you're the fastest long driver, you get to have the blue hat. It's like one of those deals where like you're the team captain. I like that. I like it. Captain Gregnall. And no, it wasn't Ryan Gregnall, who was in 2017.
Oh.
He's a bigger boy. He's got a big backswing. He's one of the first guys to use the D10. Does anybody know? Let's look at. Let's go. We haven't even been on YouTube yet. Let's see what they're gonna say here. Seb Twiddell, 432. Oof.
Big ball there.
So Seb's, that's going to put him at 500 points. So right now, Justin James and Colton Casto, they've swept the board. The first 3 sets are at 600. You'll see them in. Galladay's going to be in at 500. Seb Twiddell's going to be in. Seb looks great. Yep.
As always.
Taking a look, TJ Allison is just absolutely lighting up the board right now. TJ, I mean, he's given, you know, some commentary here, you know, from YouTube. He helps out a lot. Yeah, he's a wealth of knowledge. Who came in second in 2017, TJ? Can't Google it either.
Say we're now starting on set number 4 for
It's Mitch Krassing, but whatever. You know, I just like I don't think anybody's gonna guess. But Mitch, he came in the top 8 in 2019 as well. So we haven't seen Krassing out. I mean, but he was a guy that was like mid 220s as well, and he hit the ball really high. So Krassing was similar to like ball flight, like Colton Casto, like we have here in slot number 4. Reed Russell has done a really good job of knocking down his ball flight. He got in easily today as well.
Jacob Galladay is a good one to look at right now. We're keying in on him. Check out those socks.
Trying to get a good one here.
Put a little bit more speed on those swings out of Galladay.
Yep. The weather is perfect right now. Not very much wind. Little left to right. Benefits a slight cut.
You know, we talked about the different type of athletes we've seen, and Josh Koch being another football player that we've got out here. Went to school on a football and golf scholarship.
Josh Koch. Was he a long snapper? Does it say position? Josh Jackson. Oh, he said Josh Jackson. I said he said Josh Koch. Maybe he did say Josh Koch.
Josh Jackson's dad played 10 years in the league, so he's got athleticism.
Oh, yeah.
In his DNA, without a doubt.
All right, I feel like I got a good slow-mo of Colton now.
Ooh, Galladay's ball right there if that hangs in.
Matty Bombs with the only number on the board as of right now at 412.
Look, maybe you need to stop filming because
that one's dead straight. That
there we go. There we go.
Got one. You got a winner.
Matty Bombs in at 412. I mean, are we looking for? Nope. Jacob Galladay's on his last ball. This is unlike him to miss
he's got to get a ball. He's got to get a ball play. I mean, granted, he's got 500 points, but still 525. Like 500 was the bubble. We just had Matt Stubbs here in the booth.
Oh, Josh Koch likes that one. He's walking it off.
Josh Jackson.
Josh Jackson. Oh.
Oh, I heard. I like the go from Matty Bombs, and you can hear the Australian accent in the go. It has like an R at the gar. Colton with a 437
Josh
ball.
Jackson, 410.
Galladay without a number. But yeah, Colton Casto looking good, 437. 3 straight wins.
Everyone's different. Everyone's very competitive. You know, we all have different nuances. We all have different things that make us a little on edge, make us a little excited. You know, I think it's just cool to see the process from even before the practice, the preparation, the kind of coming out here. So I think it's just a full process. So I think the cool thing is just going to be able to just see what, the sport has outside of just hitting it long, right? We have a big influence, I think, of the game of golf. So it's cool to see how we can take long drive to that element as well.
So have you ever looked up a photo of Jacob Galladay without hair?
Yes. Yeah.
Completely different person.
Yeah. I don't think he would be able, well, we're talking about like TSA clear, like clear.
Yeah.
Just imagine if he took that picture before. Or no, he actually shaved everything off.
Yeah.
Like, would he get through? But
no.
They're like scanning your eyes and stuff. Like,
right.
I mean.
But upon looking,
yeah, no, I know.
They're like, who are you, sir?
But I remember when I first got my clear, I paid for it. I mean, I was 225 pounds, and now, like, I'm 185, 40, whatever. It knew right away it was me, like, instantly.
Scan of the eyes there.
Yep. That makes it so much easier when you're traveling internationally, especially coming back into the States. Like, the global entry, like, it just saves, like, so much time.
Okay, I'm a little confused here. Who's Victor and who's Brandon?
Okay, Victor Bourget is wearing the same outfit as Brandon, and
they're both 6'2".
So we got the captain on the range wearing a blue hat, and Ryan Gregnall.
They both have black shorts. Maybe it's the shoes.
But no, I mean, just Sam Judah being the the comedic guy that he is. I mean, he was trying to pull off the Borgmeyer, with the really tight shorts and tight pants. But Victor Bourget right now in the lead at 405.
Oh. That was a mishit, but it could get in the right spot and roll.
Trevor Scott looks like he's going to go OB left. Dawson Disatel, this one looks like it's going to stay maybe in play, drifting out a little right. So these guys have been off the last couple sets, trying to find the strike zone here.
Brandon Flynn, I like that fourth ball. He switched to that lighter setup.
Yeah, it looks like he's going with a different setup. Maybe he'd like to get a get-me ball in, but like right now, like that setup that he has right now, he's laser-like precision, hitting bombs and putting up big numbers. So he might go back to that setup. That's the fastest ball that we've seen from Brandon Flynn today.
That lighter shaft there.
It's amazing how much faster I was yesterday. Just never hit the shaft before, and it was kind of weird. It's just like it was a little bit lighter. Because sometimes, like when you get too light of a setup, you kind of lose the head, a little bit. You kind of don't know where your hands are. But it looks like Flynn is doing really well with that setup. 212, 213. That's what we like seeing right there.
We do. As soon as he learns how to be more consistent with that, because he's so consistent, he becomes really consistent with that.
There he is. There he is. All right. Brandon Flynn, the man who serves and protects the United States, the man of the people. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service. Brandon Flynn takes down the set at 438 yards.
Look at that last ball.
Well, he goes 0 for 3 with a different setup and goes to the setup that he's lights out with and goes 3 for 3 with a 438-yard ball. I'm not the smartest guy on the planet, but I got a feeling he's going to retire that one for the day and use it tomorrow.
I agree with that. I agree.
For sure.
That pretty much puts him in play, so he will be on to tomorrow.
Casto cruising, James cruising, Flynn, Seb Twiddell, Jacob Galladay did have an OB set. He's at 500. He needs to hit a bunt and play. He'll be in. Josh Jackson at 350. Matt Nichols, 300.
Yep.
Campbell McMillan, 275, and Victor Bourget at 275. And Campbell McMillan still hasn't even hit yet. So
he has it.
He's looking good. Campbell McMillan making his debut this.
A big set here for Maurice Allen.
Yes. So Maurice was just off just a little bit on ball striking, just a tad, because he was yelling at those golf balls. And once again, he hasn't been hitting as much. So still trying to get a feel for that golf ball. He's going to have to maybe make an adjustment or two, because we talked about it before. Sometimes you get that response to your hands where it's a nice response, but really at the end of the day, the number's coming up a little bit short. So he's going to have to make an adjustment. So like yesterday, there was a ball that I hit that I felt was a good number, and it came back shorter. So I'm like, you know what, high toe's not the the strike that I needed with that setup, the current setup that I had, because for gosh knows how many years. 7 years I've been using the XR16.
Oh,
I had a laundry, a ton of them, ton of those heads. But
what'd you hit yesterday?
I ended up going with the Paradigm,
okay.
and it was down at 2.5. So like I didn't have familiarity with that head, and there was a couple times like even Riesback was sitting behind in my slot, and I hit a ball. I'm like, oh, I love that ball flight, and it came back short. So I knew that high toe wasn't the shot with that setup at least, but with the XR16, that was the shot. So. Maurice saying he has to make a couple.
Play around with it.
Yeah, I mean, and he's obviously, good enough to make those adjustments. And we're talking maybe like a 1/16 of an inch up or down or left or right, So he can make that. And then I said, I'm looking at his numbers right now, 206.6. It's a good ball. But Maurice in the playoff, last tournament was right at 210.
Seb Twiddell putting up some good swings. They're just leaking just a bit.
Say another guy that people enjoy watching on social media with the double pump here, Seb Twiddell in slot number 4.
6'6"-ish, give or take.
You know what? Last time we spoke, he went with 6'7".
6'7"?
Yes.
Ooh, look at that recoil.
Wow.
That recoil might be faster.
Yeah, I haven't ever swung that fast before. With the recoil, let alone,
Yeah.
That was a good one, too. We have great lighting in here, by the way. I mean, this is a, content creators.
Oh. Broken club. Slot number 4, I'm telling you.
And it was probably, those are vicious recoils, by the way.
Vicious.
That was crazy recoil. So that's going to happen. That's not on the shaft technology. That's purely just, that's
Speed.
37, 40 gram shaft just getting ripped off the back, going in different directions. So
I guess the best way to explain that to people back home is if you're an adult and you take a kid's club and swing as hard as you can, and you recoil it, hit anything, it's going to snap.
My son ended up breaking a shaft on the range a couple months ago.
Yeah.
He's like, Dad, he didn't know what to say. And I'm like, buddy, it's okay.
Go like this.
We do this for a living.
Yeah.
We do this for a living.
Show your muscles after that.
He was so upset. And it's kind of a funny story. So we had this plastic golf club, that blue plastic golf club that every kid has.
Yeah.
And he had so many hits on it that it just broke in half. And I put it in my office to save it. And I was going to put it in a plaque. My mom, being nice, I'm out of town, cleans the entire house, takes the CEO's club with 8 trillion views on it, tosses it in the trash. And I'm like, Mom, where's Trey's club? She's like, oh, I threw it away. It was broken. I'm like, I was going to frame it. But I have his first broken real driver.
Okay.
Shaft.
Here in what, 12 years?
Oh, yeah. We're going to.
When he makes his debut?
Oh, yeah.
That'll be a part of the storyline.
Yep. A U.S. Kids 42-inch, or the 42 is not a 42-inch, but I guess they go by the height of the kid. So now he's at a 48, even though he's 51 inches tall now. So he's 4'3".
Sheesh. Big set for George Haggerty here. And we've got Justin James. Slot number 4 right by us.
There we go. You get JJ. So we're getting some, not only getting to look at all these cameras in front of us, but got a really good slot, great lighting. And hopefully you guys enjoy these posts as well. Justin James, boom.
Love that. Got a little scream from the crowd there.
Oh, yeah. That's just a little buttercut right there from JJ. Look at those numbers. 221 in the air. But you know what? Yesterday, even when I hit, the high ball was definitely going. And we are at elevation, so a little spin and a little bit higher in the air. It's going to travel. We heard a dadgum. That's like Bobby Bowden, coach of Florida State Seminoles.
All right.
Yeah, Justin James, 423. Patrick Raber, 404. As mentioned, Raber got in yesterday. He qualified for Worlds.
We've got a touch of downwind coming in right now. So Justin swings like that, and it's going to take off as it normally does.
Isn't it funny, like you said, he mishit that at 219?
Even when people are mishitting it at 202, I'm like, what?
Well, we talk about being versatile. I mean, look at right now. He's trying to hit a cut. You know why? Look at the flags.
Yep.
The flags are going a little left to right. And I always said, like,
Downwind.
he's the most versatile guy. I mean, you knew that he could hit a mid-ball draw and start it down the right side in Connecticut, and that's what he hit. He picked the spot and ran with it. So, but JJ's just hitting these little butter cuts right now. Little
that
left
last
to right.
ball was a good ball. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like he's maybe pulled a little something. But to your point, also, not only is he the most versatile, but also confident to play that. Because there's one thing of being able to hit those shots on a range, but to switch it up with knowing that you only have 6 balls to hit, that's incredible.
Just watching him walk off here.
We'll be back after this.
Competition is getting better and better, and so I need to as well to keep up with everybody else. So it's just going to be competing in as many tournaments as possible, trying to win as much as possible, and just have that confidence going into the World Championship that I can take home. I'm not the fastest guy out here, but I am one of the most consistent, so I'm always concerned about having quality strikes. Tempo is key for me. If I can have good tempo, I'm going to put a lot of good golf balls in play.
He had a walk.
Brandon Flynn, or was that Victor? Confused.
Yeah, they all look the same today. There's like 6 of them. The only one, the captain, Ryan Gregnall, that might be his nickname now.
Alpharetta, Georgia. He's going to be sleeping in his bed for World Championships.
Yeah, that'll help. But yeah, yesterday he was sleeping in a twin-size bed on the floor in the same room as Victor Bourget, Sam, and who else? Oh, Bryce were playing.
Doesn't it just give you guys like the feel of college all over again?
That's hilarious. Well, I didn't go to college, unfortunately.
Yeah, or high school.
My curveball was too good.
You're too good of an athlete.
I was too talented.
Too talented.
I was too talented.
For college.
But, all right, so guys that are already in, Justin James, Colton Castro, Seb Twiddell, Brandon Flynn, Jacob Galladay. So Galladay going OB on his last step. Didn't affect him at all. You got Campbell McMillan at 375, Josh Jackson at 350, and Matty Nichols, 300. Really happy for Matt here if he gets in, too. Another Aussie guy putting a lot of miles on. And Matt Stubbs even mentioned it. It is not cheap, being out here, especially these are long flights. And it would be nice. Just saw the crowd at Live in Adelaide. I mean, it was a giant party. It was like, Waste Management 2.0. And that would be fun to go over there and maybe have an event or two back-to-back
Adelaide
weeks.
is so much fun.
Oh,
We played over there on the Aussie tour, and, yeah, to your point, they have this huge festival called the Fringe every year. It's just as you described. Wherever you go in Australia, they're going to have a good time. Matt. Oh, Campbell.
Yeah, no, Campbell McMillan wins this set. He'll have 575 points, so he'd be in because Galladay's already in at 500. That's a good start. Campbell McMillan's hitting a lot of balls in play right now. Look at 210 ball, little right to left action here, 184 feet in the air. Let's see if that one stays in play, 419. So Campbell's putting on a clinic right now.
And cricket has similar, I guess, movements as baseball, would you say?
It's kind of like the same strategy per se, as far as like you got the pitcher or the bowler as they call it,
I was wondering,
hitting. But
if the movement in that helps turn over here in long drive.
I mean, these guys are accustomed to hitting a moving target, so like when you get a golf ball that's not moving, it's probably a lot easier.
Yeah.
So for him hitting the center of the club face, you could only assume like he's going to be accurate with the driver. And for me, I can't say I've never played cricket in my entire life, but you have to have good hands and good sequencing, and that'll translate really well into long drive. So Campbell McMillan here in slot number Oh, okay. I was going to say, I looked at number. Yeah, in slot number 1 is currently in the lead. So if it stays the way it is right now, he's going to get in. Nichols is going to improve to 400 points.
Oh, he liked that last one too.
But I'm loving the profile of Campbell McMillan's golf ball right now. That one's perfect right there. Look at, just say, he hit that one lower, but he hit that one well. I really like this ball. Let's see if this, it'll talk about rollout right now.
Him and Matt.
Yep.
I'm interested to see.
426. So he hit that one low.
Built up,
and
416.
he hit that one low and it rolled out a ton. So Matt, Campbell with a nice low ball flight. We said it earlier, if you just hit your shot, like you kind of just hit your shot on this grid today. And right now with the wind, it's not affecting you at all. This morning we had the sun just, beaming in, so we couldn't really see the flags, but we ended up taking down that, that tile, so now we can kind of see the flags. And as predicted, the wind is coming now, instead of out of the south, it's more of a northwest wind.
Yep.
So it's slightly downwind, left to right. So slot
Switch
number
up
1.
a little bit from this morning, but Campbell solidifying his spot for tomorrow's rounds.
Look at this. I got my notes out. I've been reading these. It's my prop.
Photographic memory
it's
right
my
there.
Prop.
Okay.
So who are you most impressed with right now? JJ and Colton with all wins.
Honestly, for Campbell to come out here and put on the show that he has,
yeah,
not being out here consistently, it's tough. And for him, this is his first event of the year.
He looks seasoned right now.
He
just a
very
nice tight draw. That
really
last ball,
impressed with him.
121 feet in the air too. 87 feet of movement, so about a 30-yard draw. Got the ball on the ground and ran. So David Watt is not hitting right now.
I'm going to be looking at Josh Jackson on this one.
And we can say David Watt hasn't hit today because he hasn't hit a ball in play yet. So maybe he didn't show up. All right, so Trevor Scott here. He is at 150. Mathematically, if Josh Jackson doesn't get a ball in play and Trevor Scott wins, he would have 350 points. But if Patrick Raber wins his set, he would have 400. So if any of these guys get a ball in play, especially Josh Jackson, worst case scenario, if Jackson takes third place, he would have 400 points. He would be tied with Matt Nichols.
Yep. Oh.
Patrick Raber.
High, dead straight.
Trevor Scott ball in play.
If that hits in the speed slot, it'll get a good rollout.
Important set here for Josh Jackson.
Yep.
Got to hit balls in play. Trevor Scott takes the lead at 408. So Trevor Scott could play spoiler. Josh Jackson goes OB. Trevor Scott and Josh Jackson would be eliminated if Patrick Raber takes the lead, which he does. So, right now, Raber is in the lead at 411.
Trevor
Jackson
Scott might get, depending on where this lands.
That's a good ball for Trevor Scott. I like it. It's high, though. It's really, really high. But
oh, yep, 421.
421. So, yeah, keeping this ball in the air is really where it's at right now.
And he's swinging pretty consistent right now.
Yep. It's a little downwind. He's riding that wind. A little bit of a miss it there at 199.6. But Trevor Scott takes the lead. Josh Jackson needs to get a ball in play.
He just needs to slow it down a tad bit. Wait for those hands at the top. That way he can just sequence a little bit better.
So Trevor Scott wins. He could really, say play that spoiler. Josh Jackson just needs to hit a ball in play. Does this one stay in?
I think that one's in.
It's going to be close.
It's a lot of movement, but
that one looks like it was scooting out. That was a lot of movement left to right. Did Josh Jackson get his last ball in play? Because worst case scenario, since David Watt isn't here, he's going to get 50 points if he has a ball in play. 395, that's a huge number. That helps out Josh Jackson immensely. Really, truly does. I mean, those 50 points are critical for him right now. So, he's going to have 400 points. He's going to be tied with Matty Nichols.
Tied with
Trevor Scott. I mean,
no.
So right now, this forces George Hegarty, Victor Bourget, or I'm saying Bourget, and Maurice Allen. If one of those guys win, they're going to get in, which would put Matt Nichols and Josh Jackson on the bubble.
Yep.
So.
All right. What is your prediction?
You got Victor Bourget, Maurice Allen, George Hegarty. Oh, well, I mean, Galladay could play spoiler. Galladay wins.
I didn't even realize he hadn't hit yet. Yeah.
If Galladay wins this, Matt Nichols and Josh Jackson are in. So, like, those guys right now are hoping that Galladay wins this set. You got to win. You win it, you spoil it all. You knock all these guys out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here it goes. So, a big set. So, Hegarty wins. If Victor Bourget, Maurice Allen, or George Hegarty win, they're in. They're in. So, if anybody but Jacob Galladay wins, there's going to be a playoff. There's going to be a playoff between Josh Jackson and Matt Nichols. So, huge set.
And Jacob has been striking it.
Yep. So Maurice Allen, it's crazy. He's lining up. This ball is significantly in front of that left foot. So it looks like Maurice is going to try to ride that wind.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. He's going down. He's going down that left side.
We don't have the tracer on him yet.
So right now, Victor Bourget is in the lead at 387.
Let's look at this.
Maurice Allen. Maurice wins, he's in. Victor Bourget wins, he's in. George Hegarty wins, he's in. Galladay wins. He knocks out everybody, which puts Josh Jackson and Matt Nichols in.
So
George
riding
Hegarty,
that win means everything right now because it's going to help immensely.
I mean, Galladay's looking really good right now. He's looking really good. I mean, that one's OB, but I really like his swing right now.
Same. It's very consistent. I mean, the wind's picking up a bit. I think that's making the difference there.
I have so many videos of Galladay. I just want to, I have a couple of them where he sticks the finish, which is good. But Hegarty right now in the lead, 418. And he is at a nice high draw.
Maurice Allen here, looking to put one in the grid.
Maurice is down to his last 2 balls. And we want to hear Maurice yelling. I want to hear him yell here.
Yeah, I just want. There we go. We got some talking. A little high.
Yeah, high launch there. 249 in the air.
But we just saw Trevor's ball launch pretty high and get a lot of good roll.
All right, so George Hegarty currently is in the lead at 419. Jacob Galladay can come in on that last ball and play spoiler. There you go. Yeah,
I love it.
It's a good ball from Hegarty. Really, really good ball from Hegarty.
That was the most polite yell I've ever heard.
I mean, it's always polite with the British accent, right?
Yes.
I mean, look at these numbers from Galladay, 150. But Hegarty just put on a stripe show right now. Just
look at that. 418, 407, 419, 400, 415, and I'm pretty sure
that last ball's in play too.
Over.
Here he goes. Is he going to be the 4th man ever to go 400 yards 6 times in a set? George Hegarty, drum roll. Yes, he is.
Woo!
He is the 4th man in the history of the sport to hit 6 balls, 400 yards. Congratulations, George Hegarty. That just puts you into the round of 32 and in the history books.
And in the history books, what a set.
Wow, Ryan Riesbeck.
And he was feeling it. He knew it.
Yep.
Wow.
Ryan Gregnall, Ryan Riesbeck, Joe Miller, and now George Hegarty.
But he's never taken those braids out now.
There's your stat right there. You just watch history. So there is going to be a playoff. Josh Jackson versus Matt Nichols. That was a huge ball for Josh Jackson. He just needed to hit a ball and play to get 400
Stay
points.
alive.
So we're going to see. Oh, you know what? They're in. They're in. Oh, no, they're not. They're not. They haven't updated it yet. Yeah, there was a playoff. So, yeah, Galladay had to win in order to keep those guys in. But, yeah, Josh Jackson and Matt Nichols are going to go heads up here after this set.
Here we go. We've got, George Hegarty securing his spot.
Yep.
These 4 guys are already in. Justin James, Colton Casto, Seb Twiddell, Brandon Flynn. They're going to go out, swing, have some fun on this set here because they are moving on tomorrow.
Yeah, I want to take a peek at JJ. Just, had a little bit of a limp. I love his swing.
Same.
That was a good
was
one.
really strong. It was good to see him hit that ball.
Yep.
His body, he looked healthy on that one.
Mm-hmm. Seb Twiddell, first ball is flirting down that right side. Not sure if that one stayed in.
Woo, Brandon Flynn.
Yep. JJ with a 432-yard bomb. JJ's looked awesome. Once again.
All right, this set, who's going to have the longest ball?
Justin James is hard to pick against right now. He went 459 not too long ago. But, Colton straightens one out here.
Look at this one, the Seb Twiddell.
Yep, 218.8. A little bit of a miss hit for Seb, but I do love the profile of his shot. It is riding the northwest wind. So slot number 1, you want to hit that shot right there. Great profile shot. I just want to see Colton just hit like a high block. Just have it flirt down that right side.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
438. Yep, Seb Twiddell. But, look at the recoil that Seb has right now. There you go. He's stepping on the gas. And this is what's impressive about Kyle Berkshire. You're looking at Seb full throttle right there with that huge recoil. But Kyle was so in control today at 226. And all these guys, JJ, Colton, and Seb have, 225 in the tank. Flynn, if you see Flynn at 215 and he's hitting it straight, it might as well be 225 because he gets so much out of that golf ball. But I'm really enjoying these recoils right here from Seb. He's stepping on the gas. 163.7.
Same. And that's something that as he continues to grow and develop, he'll get down and have that slot as well.
So Colton Castle with a nice profile shot right here. 218.8, 17 launch. Big ball here. 432. So you're looking at, 4 studs on the tee box. Hitting rockets here in Utah.
Ooh.
JJ. Oh, this one's flirting down that left side. Casto with a bomb. 223.6. Love this number from Colton. And the high ball right now is doing very, very well. This is
love that ball
234 feet in the air. Is Casto's last ball going to steal the set?
Seb's is a good one as well. Those two are about what?
Seb 221. Those are both huge balls from Colton Casto.
440. That last ball.
Seb Twiddell, I like the fact that he stepped on the gas in that last set. He's got a ton of speed in the tank, and he used it in that last set. Seb Twiddell takes down the set. 440.
Without a doubt. And there you have it. Field set with Justin James, Colton Casto, Seb Twiddell, Brandon Flynn, Campbell McMillan, Jacob Galladay, George Hegarty, who put a heck of a show, and Josh Jackson. We've got a 2-man playoff. Sorry, Josh Jackson is not in yet. We've got a 2-man playoff with Josh Jackson and Matt Nichols. Both at 400. This is for the final slot.
Let's see if Team Aussie gets in. You got Seb Twiddell and Matt Stubbs that are already in. Can Matty Bombs get in? Yeah, but right now we're gonna go to the go to YouTube. Who you betting on right now? If you have $1,000, who you betting on? You bet on Josh Jackson
I want to put
or
my
Matty
money,
Bombs?
I want to put my money on Josh Jackson, but Matty Bombs has been very consistent. I mean, it's tough.
Yep.
Who won in their set? Let me go back. When did they compete against each other? Josh Jackson. Brett, set 4.
Set 4.
Matt took that one down, so
yeah.
It's a flip of the coin.
Yeah, and right now what I've seen, just optics. Josh Jackson has had a lot of movement left to right. He needs to tighten that up, and Matty Bombs has been hitting, nice tight draws.
Yes.
So, I think it comes down to dispersion. The good thing is right now for Josh Jackson, if he does straighten out that left to right, he's going to be able to ride the wind out. But Matty Bombs is hitting a nice tight draw. He hit well yesterday, and it's just a matter. I'm going to say it. Whoever hits the first ball in play, just say they put it up at 405, 410. I think that wins it. Someone's just got to put a ball in play right now. There you go. He likes it. Look at that.
He likes that
a
one.
Little left to right. 205, slight miss hit, but
that
slight
stays
miss hit.
in. But Matt responds.
208. I like the numbers better because this is more of a center punch shot from Maddie Bombs. 236 in the air as far as height. 390 carry. I said we're going to be looking in and around, 410, 415 is a good start to this set. Josh Jackson rode that wind. Good ball from Josh Jackson, 421. Matt Nichols, 417. Evenly matched.
Here we go.
This is good right here. It's a good start. And that's got to give Josh Jackson, well, he doesn't know his numbers. So it's got to give him some confidence knowing that he had a little bit of a miss it and still, and it really comes down to the profile of the shot. He hit a nice little cut left to right. Maddie Bombs hit it kind of high.
He likes that one. Doing the same thing, letting it ride.
Yeah, 211. There we go. Josh Jackson, love this shot right here from him. But look at the movement, though. There's over 40 yards of movement, 44 yards of movement left to right. But did this one stay in play? Did he start it out too far left and knock it down a little bit? Yes, 418. So he's still in the lead at 421.
Matt needs to just aim a little. I mean, he could open up his feet, or he could aim a little bit more towards the right.
And the thing with Josh Jackson, you can tell he's really stepping on the gas. And when he steps on the gas, he pulls really, really hard left. So he's swinging hard left, and that face is open. That's why you're seeing those big old left to rights. Can he just get his hands set at the top and try to go to second base?
Second base.
Ooh, I like that swing. Matt Nichols stayed intact right there. That was a really nice, smooth swing. But look at the ball speed, 202. Maybe a little slow on the ball speed, and you can see the carry distance.
He's got one more ball left. He's staring it down.
All right.
Walking
Matt Nichols
into
is
the
down
shot
his last
here.
ball.
Josh Jackson's done. He's in at 421.
Taking his time. I like this. I heard it go. Let's look at the ball speed numbers. Is he like 208? I want to look at numbers like that. I like the height. 206. Oh, that is the apex. And I don't know. 383.
All right. Josh Jackson moving on. Now, officially, the field is set. Justin James, Seb Twiddell, Colton Casto, Brandon Flynn, Campbell McMillan, Jacob Galladay, George Hegarty, and Josh Jackson moving on to tomorrow. That was our third group. We've got one more group starting at 2:30 today.
Yep. Now, Seb Twiddell, Justin James, Colton Casto, Brandon Flynn, familiar faces in familiar places. Galladay's in. No
Campbell,
upsets.
really cool to see Campbell here.
Yeah, he looked really good. He really, really did. And when we started keying in on him late in like round 4 and round 5, tight right to left, nice draws, putting a lot of balls in play, and showing why he's a great athlete.
Without a doubt, did not look like his first event.
All right. So we got Elon. This kid's a stud. I want to get him on camera. But we're going to come back here in a few minutes. And but yeah, we're planning on 2:30 start time.
Yep. That'll be our final group of the day. All right, we'll be back after this.